A couple of days ago, I released a video demonstrating the mod Endless Angels of Scale Wings Beta free. One of the major features included was emotions. The dragons actually got to life, and the results were actually pretty good. I was really surprised by how it turned out. It took a while, but then we totally nailed it. And the video that you're about to see is a recording of my dev stream that will go over the changes that have been made to make this possible. Before we dive into it, however, there's just one thing I really wanted to point out. It's one of the core values that have stuck with me during this whole year of development from zero to hero. And that core value is accessibility. I wanted to make sure that every single person who plays Angels of Scaly Wings can also play my mod. And this ideology was so important to me that I looked at the system requirements of Angels of Scaly Wings and checked if I could get the model to go somewhere around those requirements. Without going over too much technical details, we actually made that work, so I'm really proud of that. However, the things that you're about to see could have probably been done easier with a larger model, but as you can imagine, that wasn't the end goal. So for those that are still incapable of running this model, we actually try to host, mother of dragons, a server ourselves. Jeez, you can buy anything with crypto these days. So yeah, this thing was used to run the public service of the Beta 1 launch, and it's broken now, but I will probably get it working again, and then we can host it again. I tried to make the video appealing for both people who are not familiar with artificial intelligence or machine learning, as well as those who are much more tech savvy. So I hope you enjoy, and let's see what's under the hood together. Ooh. Hey Dragons and Peculiarities, how do you all sleep? Special welcome to those that are new here. Today we're going to take a look at Angels with Scaly Wings, specifically Endless Angels with Scaly Wings, which is my mod that allows you to basically do stories until when you're tired, basically. It's AI generated and it's basically enhanced by you, the player. So let's take a look at how this peculiarity works, because my god, is this a big peculiarity. We have had dev streams about this before, and today it's going to be no different, but it's going to be focused on something more, which is the emotions, because that's new. It's bloody light mode. Hold on a second, we can fix that. Here we go. Okay, let's see. So just to give you like a demo of what's happening, here we have our magical view. And there's nothing inside because I deleted it. I'm very sorry. I'm a terrible, terrible streamer. Let me go to the GitHub where it probably still is. This clearly will give a good overview why things are different now. So how are you? You can see that Raimi says, "I'm fine, thank you." So this is the sample part. You can see that it's a little bit different, and it uses sad with a sentence that really can work with this sentence. So just to give an idea of how difficult it was to get Raimi to be freaking sad, was actually really, really difficult, because every dragon has its own custom set of emotions. So some dragons can be happy, but others can't. Like the really grumpy ones. Like I think Raimi can be happy, but Princess Anna, I don't think she can be. I'm not sure. And of course, Maverick. If you didn't play the game, don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. It will fall into place real quick, real soon, I'm pretty sure. Every single pattern and color represents a different emoji. I'm sorry, I'm too much of a fan of the emoji movie. I'm really sorry, guys. The emotion. And the bottom here represents every single dragon. So, as you can see, like there are a few that really do not have much. For instance, Damien has only like 3 emotions. I said it almost wrong again. Like arrogant, like it really fits him. And the other one is this one here, concern. So yeah, that really fits the character of Damien. I mean, this is acceptable, but it makes like a really divided data set, which also means that some dragons just fall off the hook. Like, this one cannot be happy. I'm really sorry, Damien, you're just too grumpy. But that's kind of what I'm having to deal with. Like, many data sets when it comes to AI, they actually have a list of things that it can be, and then have a chance of how high it is that item in that list is actually being used. So, for instance, you can have like a 50% chance that the sentence is happy, or a 0% chance that the sentence is negative. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't sleep that long. Yeah. So these kind of things, they make up for quite a difficult position to be in when it comes to stuff like this. But little did I know, I was actually laying in bed and suddenly, poof, I had an idea. And that idea was actually to include the emotions as words in the replies instead of training a second model on it. So to not only use that to our advantage and don't have to write our own database, but also try to have that to use the model that we have to enhance its skills. Because not only does it learn the sentences, but it also learns the sentiments behind it. And that is something that really boosted the power of such a tiny model. Now the question is, where did it go wrong last time? Well, let's go to an older version of this model. So just to give an idea, this is the old training. I solved this already, as you saw before, but it's just nonetheless really cool to see what happened and what changed it. So let's go all the way down to the bottom. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Are you ready? Here we go. How are you? Remy, Shy. Maverick is here to see you. Oh boy, then you know shit is up. What do you think of Lore? Oh my god, that one is okay. But, yeah. Oh my god, Adina, what is this? Adina giggled. The Adina, effort yourself, off the life and closer than you know, to make you an expert all around. You get the idea. It's not good. It has some really, really weird stuff in it. Now, to what happened. So for a few days after this happened, I kind of ran out of ideas, and I kind of didn't look back at the model. I decided to just, I don't know, just relax, do something else. I didn't want to get some kind of tunnel vision. When I did half of the training, cutting this thing in half, and did only 500 epochs, I actually got much better results. But that is strange, right? Isn't it weird that this thing only performs well when I train less? Shouldn't it? I mean, I know less is more, but that's a saying that doesn't go for AI. How can it happen that if I just skip out right here, this mark, how can it happen that it suddenly works? So I didn't touch it for a while because I was like, whatever I'm gonna come up with, it's not gonna be good, and I'm pretty sure I can do better than this. And I just left it for a while. I was like, whatever, we'll figure it out. It will just pop up in my mind. And a few days ago, when I went to bed, suddenly, poof, I had the solution in my mind and it fixed it at once. So sometimes it's good to just step out of that tunnel vision and just relax and just let the back of your head do the work. You never know what comes out of it. Absolutely not. It's so crazy what the human mind can do. But anyway, what was the solution? So when we look at our learning rate, is basically going up, down, up, down, up, down. That's a custom learning rate system that I built specifically for angels with scaly wings. And the reason why I did that is because the model does not have a lot of data. Like angels with scaly wings has like 500,000 words, which is impressive, but it's not enough for an AI. So what I do is I do a little bit of mixing around in different branches of the story, making sure that the AI is presented with a different kind of story every single time. And that makes it really good at learning different aspects, even if it's the same game. Now, to make sure that goes evenly, I created a custom learning rate that goes up, down, up, down, up, down, with a little bit of noise, as you can see, to make sure that it is actually different each time. And to give an idea why this is important, for those that don't know what a learning rate is, let me explain it simply. In layman's terms, a learning rate is like the size of your pencil or your brush. And with a big brush, which means a high learning rate, well, you can make like large things and backgrounds and whatever. You cannot do small details. For small details, you need a tiny brush, or better put, a low learning rate. So to focus on the details, we go down, and to focus on the large things, we go up. This is a typical system for a technology called hyperconvergence, which is exactly what we're doing. So this is what happens as time goes on. And that's when I realized the learning rate is too high. That must be it. Because how else, when time goes on for too long, it starts deviating from its original storyline. So I figured that because it goes so high, it changes the story too much, meaning that if it goes down, it can easily focus on the details, but there is nothing to add details to because you're not right in the right sweet spot in the middle of the story. Hey, so what did I do? I lowered the learning rate. And what happened? It worked. In one go. If I didn't just relax and step away from it, I most likely had been trying and trying and trying until I ran out of ideas. And I've probably been working on it for weeks. And I've been in such a tunnel vision that I can even forget to breathe. That this would never have worked. So this is, wow, this is, oh, I love this kind of real sharp, out of the box thinking. You know, sometimes I just like to just drop in bed and just sleep it off and have this sharper mind, you know, and then that's when you hit things like this. That's when you absolutely hit the nail on the head and push things forward. So, now that we have the sentimental part past us, let's go check it out.